We got into coffee because we realized 25 years ago when we went to Kauai that coffee doesn't have to taste like an ashtray.
When we hand somebody their dream coffee and put it in their hands, and that smile on their face is completely priceless. That's what I love to do, and that's what keeps me going every single day.
What was also important to me is providing an experience and a community hub. So I thought, what if we had a lounge area that served coffee?
Coffee is everywhere. Nearly every community has coffee shops, coffee trucks, cafes, and gathering spaces built around a drink that has become a part of millions of people's daily routines. But what is it about coffee that continues to bring people together? This week, we're exploring coffee culture across the Inland Empire and meeting the business owners who have built a very different answer to that question. Welcome to Weekly Update. I'm Aaron Russell. Most of us think about coffee once it reaches the cup. But long before that happens, there's a process involving farmers, sourcing, roasting, and countless decisions that shape the final flavor. At Hush Coffee Roasters in Marietta, coffee isn't just served. It's roasted in-house, giving the team complete control over the journey from bean to cup.
We got into coffee because we realized 25 years ago when we went to Kauai that coffee doesn't have to taste like an ashtray. I'm Jason Davidson, owner of Hush Coffee Roasters here in Marietta, California. And we love serving fresh ingredients to people, especially our coffee. We're coffee nerds. We love to roast here in-house and serve a perfect shot to every customer.
And it comes out through all those little holes. And then in about 4 minutes or so, it'll start dripping. It takes a while for
Our family is really focused on giving high quality ingredients and not feeding people things we wouldn't eat ourselves. So that journey has been a long process as well, but just refining our diets and becoming more health conscious. And that doesn't always mean low calories, it means clean ingredients. The original mission is to always nourish the community, minister to them in any way we can. And the nourishment part hasn't changed. If anything, we've sharpened our focus when it comes to ingredients here.
So this all gets sterilized, everything gets
We use
sterilized first?
all Strauss organic dairy. We don't have an option for an upgrade. It is the upgrade. We also do seed oils, as many of you know, in anything here. And those are harder for your body to digest. So we just stick with stuff that's clean and easy for your body to process. We were always going to be the roaster regardless because we want to control the quality. One of the reasons we do it in-house is we get to source from farms that we have a relationship with. But I noticed that if you don't roast your own coffee, it's not the end of the world, but it makes it more challenging to be super focused on the quality from roast to cup as you're pulling each shot, as you're making sure the shot windows are perfect and each weight is the way it should be. So as a roaster, you can develop the flavors along the roasting band however you like. So if you want to bring out more sweetness or more acidity, you can do that inside your roast profile. And you can request that of a roaster if you know what to ask for. But that's one of the advantages of being the roaster is you can change the quality or the flavor of the drink by adjusting your roast style. Well, we've been roasting for 10 years prior to opening this coffee shop. So roasting was always going to be at our core. That's what we are, we're roasters. So which I think, but that also affected the rest of the business in that we like to source as many of the things that we serve are on our own because it goes back to that quality control. It also does help with costs. So the costs don't have to be passed on to the customer as much if we're controlling the sourcing of the ingredients and making as much as we can on our own. It's encouraging too because you see a little bit of a change and people being educated about what they're actually eating. They're not just coming to get coffee. It's an experience, hopefully, and an elevated one where they're actually getting something for the extra money they're spending. You go to bigger cities like San Diego or LA, even up in San Bernardino, there are a lot of roasters, It's saturated. But here locally, I give a shout out to Deshaun. He owns the press. That dude is a genius with coffee. And then there's people like Montague. That's Raphael, who is also a huge benefit to the community because they're about quality. They want to serve people good family-owned and operated service. So there are a couple other people down here that roast their own coffee that are super focused on the source of the coffee, the profile, and the shots. They motivated us to do this. So we had a coffee love already, but it's scary putting all of your resources into something like this. But watching those individuals have success, it's encouraging. But it is all about quality. We're always going to be true to whatever we have at its maximum quality for what it is. So like everybody has different profiles that they focus on or different flavors in their coffee, but just know that they're always looking to make what's best for the customer at the end.
Coffee may be rooted in craftsmanship, but it's also about accessibility, meeting people where they are and becoming part of their daily routine. In recent years, mobile coffee businesses have become increasingly popular throughout Southern California, bringing specialty coffee directly into neighborhoods, schools, community events, and workplaces. One local entrepreneur has built an entire business around that idea.
My name is Cheryl Northup, and I own the Rush Coffee Temecula in Riverside County. So we are a mobile full-service coffee truck that comes to you. So whether it be a large event, a small event, a private event, weddings, parties, graduation parties we've been doing a bunch of, or your business, we come to you. It's our tagline is called Delivering Happiness, and that's exactly what we do. When we hand somebody their dream coffee and put it in their hands, and that smile on their face is completely priceless. That's what I love to do, and that's what keeps me going every single day. So I was in corporate America most of my career in sales and traveling a bunch, really doing in the hustle. And I decided it was time for me to be in charge of my own career. And when I saw this opportunity, I jumped at it. I love people and I love coffee, and it was just the perfect fit. So I started the Rush Coffee Temecula 3 years ago. The company had been around since 2016, family owned, and I just adored the family that had the original concept for it. So it was such an easy transition. They helped me every step of the way. And for me, in the later stages of my career, it was that head start that I needed. From living here for 20 plus years, raising my kids here with my husband, and just being in a part of the community for all this time, I knew it'd be a great fit. We're a very family-friendly, community-oriented area. And so I knew it would be a match made in coffee heaven. The people in this area, I just can't say enough good things. They became my cheerleaders, my supporters, my marketing team, my social media team, and my biggest support system. So we really show up out here in the Inland Empire. The impact that the Rush Coffee Temecula has had on this community goes far beyond your drinks. We have had the opportunity to sponsor so many different events, from charity golf tournaments to fundraising events to Chamber of Commerce events. The opportunity that we've been given, I can't be more grateful for, to make an impact in this community. And I think that's why we grew to notoriety so much, that people know our name. People have had our coffee, whether it be directly from the truck or whether it be from a coffee Cambro, at an event. It is a privilege to have regular customers. They don't have to come to me every week or every month, but they do. People feel special when you remember their coffee order or you remember what they had last time. And I want them to feel seen. I want them to be acknowledged. Haven't we all walked into a coffee shop or any kind of retail location and sat there and stood there and nobody acknowledged our presence? That's the last thing that I want. I want to be acknowledged as soon as you hit the window. I want you to know, we'll be right with you if we're in the middle of something. And I want you to forget about the whole day the whole day. If you're having a bad day, for that moment, I want you to get your drink in your hands and then leave there, happier than you came.
Whether it's a neighborhood coffee truck or a local cafe, coffee has a unique way of creating gathering places. Sometimes those gathering places are exactly where you'd expect, and sometimes they're somewhere completely unexpected. Throughout this episode, we've met people who have built businesses around coffee, but in each case, the coffee itself was only part of the story. The real story was about creating spaces where people connect. Originally, we planned to continue this conversation in the studio with our next guest, but after visiting her business, we realized this was one story that needed to be seen firsthand. In Menifee, one local entrepreneur combined two things that you wouldn't normally see together, a laundromat and a coffee bar. What emerged wasn't just a place to do laundry or grab a drink, it became a place where neighbors meet, students study, families spend time together, and conversations happen. So rather than talk to owner Jessica Doherty about it here in the studio, we decided to take you there.
My husband actually had approached me for a long time about opening a laundromat. And I was always like, why would I want to own a laundromat? But then we had a problem with our washer and dryer a few years ago. And I realized I had to travel quite a distance to reach a laundromat that I would put my clothes into their washers. So I was driving quite a long ways with a family of 5's laundry. So I came home one day and I said, okay, you got it. We're going to do this, but we're going to do it the way I want it, something that I would be proud of. I am Jessica Doherty, owner of The Mat in Menifee, California. We are a laundry lounge and coffee bar. I wanted something that felt like Saturday mornings at mom's house. Laundry, coffee, but what was also important to me is providing an experience and a community hub. So I thought, what if we had a lounge area that served coffee? I think adding the coffee bar gives it a more homey feel. And I think it allows people to feel relaxed, to do a task that, I know I hate doing laundry. So for me, I wanted a place where people would feel comfortable to sit, have a nice cup of coffee. And it's not just a cup of coffee, it's an amazing cup of coffee. We serve an amazing coffee here, and I'm very proud of that. I am lucky enough and blessed enough to know a wonderful roasting family that owns a coffee ranch in Guatemala, and they roast their coffee beans in LA, and I partnered with them to bring our espresso bar to Menifee. One of the brothers lived here in Menifee, and our boys went through Scouts together. He had always brought me samples of his coffee over the years. So when this concept was developed, I immediately reached out to him and asked, would he be willing to provide the beans for my espresso bar? And it was important to me for it to be responsibly sourced from a small ranch. I didn't want it to be overprocessed, all of those things. So we have an amazing bean that we serve here, and partner that with our laundry lounge. I don't want to call it a laundromat because it's a lounge. People come here, they commune, start talking, and they realize their commonalities, or they connect. And that is important to me, and I love seeing that. That's probably my favorite thing, is watching people connect here, and then they're exchanging numbers as they walk out the door. I love that. That's my favorite thing. Having gone through nursing school when I had 3 small children, I would have loved a place like this to come do my homework, let them sit and do their homework, get my laundry done all in one fell swoop. For me, that's highly important. It's providing that experience for everybody that walks through the door, and it's different for everybody. Another thing that's very important to us is being able to provide a space for other small businesses that maybe don't have a brick and mortar to do business here. So we offer a lot of small businesses to do pop-ups on the patio. Well, I partnered with 2 of the small businesses in the center, Savage Spin and Onyx Legree, and we did a wellness block party a couple of weeks ago that was hugely successful. So providing that education for improving health and improving longevity is important as well. And I'm so delighted that we've gotten to do that for the community. And I do want to say I could have never done this without my daughters. We are a very diverse group of women, and what the 2 of them bring to this business, I could have never accomplished this without the 2 of them. My older daughter is an amazing business person and has done an incredible job of bringing my vision to life. And my younger daughter is an amazing creative who does all of the beauty that is in here and creating beautiful drinks. So I have to say this family affair is so precious to me, and I feel incredibly blessed to be able to do this. Incredibly blessed. There's no other way to put it. This was a labor of love, and I do think the community has supported us in a way that I never could have foreseen. I am so incredibly grateful to the community for allowing us to be here, for the support that they've come out and shown to us. The city, the chamber, the customers, there are no words for how grateful I am and how much love and support I felt. We've had some rough pockets, but I would say for the most part, it has been nothing but blessings and a beautiful experience.
This week, we set out to explore coffee culture across the Inland Empire. But through these conversations, it became clear that the story wasn't just about coffee. Each of the people that we met found a different way to serve their community. For some, that means focusing on quality and craftsmanship. For others, it means meeting people where they are or creating a space where neighbors can gather and spend time together. What they all have in common is the understanding that the community is built through everyday interactions. Sometimes it happens at a local event, sometimes it happens during a morning commute, and sometimes it happens over a cup of coffee. Those small moments may seem ordinary, but they're often the moments that help define a community, and they're happening every day across the Inland Empire. I'm Aaron Russell. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week.